Hello everyone, it's my pleasure to attend the prestigious conference, second Environmental Sciences Conference, and also the host is All World Muslim Educational Conference. So let me introduce briefly. I'm Gazi Tawfiq Ezaz, currently doing postdoctoral research at Rigor Research Institute. So today I chose the topics to share my knowledge about promoting trustworthy AI or artificial intelligence, ensuring rigor, reproducibility, ethics in research. So we know now we are living in the era of AI. We are using AI in almost a daily life for day-to-day matters. Also, we are using AI for our education and research purpose. So we have to be careful how we are going to use AI. So here we know AI is transforming scientific research across all domains. Ensuring rigor, reproducibility, and ethics is very important for ensuring the credibility of research. So this presentation, we are going to explore strategies to embed these values in artificial intelligence research. So rigor, we know, is very important for our research work. Clear methodology and transparent workflows is very essential for our research work. So also the way we validate our data set, for different kind of research, we need to use diverse data sets with large quantity of data, but we have to make sure its validation or validity or accountability. We need to avoid overfitting through proper testing. Like we all have some feelings, like when we are running some model, maybe we made some mistakes. Then what we try to do, we try to overfitting our figure, overfitting our model by changing data manually. So this is not the correct way. We have to go back and check the model itself. Where is the wrong? How we can avoid this kind of mistakes? We can check like what kind of data we used, what kind of methodology we used, rather than just manually fitting the data. And then reproducibility is another important aspects of research. Now every or almost high impact journals also they are required the reproducibility or insurity of the thing that your research can be reproduced, like sharing your data sets or the code you have used, using standardized benchmarks, documentation for replicating your experiments. Like it's not like the thing you have done once and it's over. It's not the thing. When you are submitting your journal to when you are submitting your journal to some publishing house, then you have to keep it in mind. Sometimes the editor asks you to share the data sets or the code you have used for visualization or running the model. This kind of reproducibility ensure the authenticity of your research. And another thing's ethical standard, for researcher, ethical standard is very important. If a researcher does not have any ethical value, then it's not really a research. It's just how to say, like doing something for maybe earning money or getting certificate. But the real researcher should have some ethical value and need to maintain some ethical standard, like responsible for data collection and consent. Like you cannot collect data from that is not authentic or without consent. Like some people do surveys, so while you are doing survey you have to take the proper consent of the attended people. Then fairness, accountability, and transparency is another important things for ensuring ethical stress. And another thing, like we are using many kind of machine learning methods now, ensuring the algorithm. So we need to properly address these biases in this algorithm. Otherwise, the model will maybe just fit or maybe looks like very suitable for publishing, but uh, if you have biases in your algorithm or in your data, then it's not the real results. So what should we do? Like, what is the insights from this research? Successful integration of ethical frameworks is another important things for this AI-based research. We have to see some example of irreproducible AI research and lessons learned. Like many journal articles submitted, research articles submitted to the journal, but that lacks of irreproducibility. So they just maybe overfitted. So it's not the right one. So your research should have some value for future work. Like we say, this is one of the important data sets server for this. So CMIP6 is one of the climate data sets. They mainly have contain large amount of data sets up uh, to 2100 years. So their data sets is well validated using worldwide so many researchers. So if we use data from these websites, that has some value rather than collecting data from some unknown sources. So if we are using the artificial intelligence for our research, we have to know the right ways and right tools and frameworks. In a world, like knowing right tools for right kind of research or knowing right tools for your own research is very important. Like there is Git or GitHub, you can get so many source codes are produced by other well-known researcher. We can use it, and then there is some reproducible environment like Docker, Conda. We can use those coded for our research. We can reproduce it, and then we can modify, not just reproduce. We have to modify for submitting to a journal, and then we have to make sure one ethical checklist, like what kind of things we need to make sure before submitting article to a journal. So it should have less bias, transparency. The author should have responsible for their research work. Then it should have fair conclusion, not like just saying everything is good for our research and then interpretation. So it should be reproducible, and all main important is ensuring the trust. Authors should provide trust for their readers so readers can learn from them and follow their journal. So we know, like doing researches is always challenging, and it's not easy to deal with in this modern era. But so there are few challenges we need to mention. Like we are talking always about data, but limited access to high quality data is very, very common. And balancing innovation and regulation is another perspective. Sometimes we are trying to we are going after innovation, but maybe for innovation or making something new, we are not following the actual ethical standards. We have to keep in mind, and then cultural and institutional differences also vary. Some institution have some ethical standard, maybe that is not suitable to other educational institute. So, what we should do or how to overcome this? So we have to encourage more interdisciplinary collaboration. Like one people is doing good or very good in code or mathematical analysis, so we can integrate this business or social school with science faculty. So in this way the research will be high quality, and also interdisciplinary research collaboration can give you more uh, important insights from any research. And then we have to seek for global cooperation for, because if we are only cooperating on a local scale, maybe we can overlook something, but global cooperation is very important. And also global cooperation need to be should seek for AI governance. So I'm going to close my short presentation. So we may think something, or maybe we can call it takeaway message, like Rigor, reproducibility, and ethics are pillars of trustworthy AI research. Transparency, accountability, and fairness ensure public trust, or the author gain trust through this. And researchers must actively integrate this practice for their research work. In this way, we can produce high quality research. So, while we are talking about the AI research, we need to acknowledge some global popular brand like ChatGPT, Bard, AI, DeepSeek, are very common AI tools for research. So I want to close in one thing that we always say please or thanks. It's a very polite manner, but while we are using AI, we should make our request very concise, so it will be more effective. So that is the important thing. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for your attention and listening. Feel free to contact. It will be my pleasure to share my knowledge with you again. Thank you very much.